Hello, good day, good morning, or evening, or whatever time it is for you. My name is Q, but you all can call me Death Basher. And on today's episode, if you haven't noticed, we got some things to discuss. I did a live stream this past Friday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? Yeah, that's how it goes. Ended up dying. It was pretty funny way of dying. You should check out the stream. We came across quite a bit of goodies and everything. I also did change up my skin a little bit. It was getting pretty old. It wasn't looking anything like me, and I figured this is a pretty good representation of actually what I do look like. So, all right, let me show you the good stuff that we ended up did getting. And yeah, this is all that we have for armor. We came across this in shipwrecks. Got enough iron tools from what we gathered in resources of looting everything. Not much has changed over here. Did come across mangrove, which I took forever to come across. But this chest right here is actually everything that we came across. We came across some 3 diamonds, quite a bit of iron, which can replace with, I can make my armor again. I am starting to run a little bit low of my own, so that actually works out. Did get couple of tools. This is my pride and joy right here. Is got 4 of the coast armor trims, so that'd be pretty cool. I'm not really sure what all the armor trims look like. I've never really played around with them. I think I'm probably going to play around with them at some point in a creative world just to see the difference in all of them and everything. A couple of golden apples. I did come across quite a bit of workstations just so that way I didn't have to waste the resources on it. Also did get quite a bit of cauldrons and pointed dripstone just so that way I could actually start lava farm and don't have to be using up the coal to actually smelt things down, which, I mean, I do got a couple of things that I do need to smelt. Do I just have some random bobs of... Yeah, sure, yeah, we'll just get those smelted up. But yeah, I got like almost 30 mangrove propagules, some cocoa beans, cherry blossoms, and some cactus, the pink petals as well, and sweet berries, because I figured those would be some pretty good decorations around the village. I did plant down quite a few propagules for the mangrove wood to get it growing, and they're now starting to pop up left and right, so that's good. Because I really like the roots and I really like the leaves, and my other favorite thing about them is that they do come with moss carpet on the roots at sometimes in some places. Also, the other cool thing that I do like about them is that you don't have to really worry about getting a sapling back in return. They just come on them naturally, and yeah. So I'm thinking I'm going to replace my iron armor that I lost and my shield, and then we're going to discuss what the plan is for today. I hope you're excited for it, because I'm pretty excited for it. It's something that has been much needed, and to kind of get rid of some ugliness around our little base camp setup right here. So I'll be back with you in just a second. Alright, we've got our iron armor back, so now I feel more safe and secure. The plan for today is actually discussing what the future plans are for this village, which is going to be building a bridge right across from here, because if we look down further this river here, it's pretty janky and I want to fix it at some point. Do some terraforming so it's more of a gradual slope like how it is over here and over there, and make it, a deeper, smoother looking canal. Because as we start to come this way, it just ends abruptly right here because of these couple of houses. Good morning, guys. And I want to be able to go all the way out there, because I believe an ocean's out that way, because we just on the stream we explored straight out that way in the east direction, traveled like a grand total of almost 20,000 blocks all said and done for a round trip. I believe it was the amount of number. But yeah, I'm thinking of building a little bridge to go across this way, because I do want to have that side over here on this side of the river be more so of the farming district for our village, versus over here is going to be more dedicated to like the harbor of the river and everything going out towards the oceans, which I think there is one that way. No, because that's where the taiga and the dark oak forest is. This river here loops back out and around and kind of goes out that way towards an ocean, so we could eventually be connected to the ocean out that way, and possibly out this way as well. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so I want to turn this whole plain section into like more the farming district of the village, which eventually we will cover up this hole here, and that's interesting for sugarcane. And look, an underwater cave. Huh. But yeah, I'm thinking like, keeping with the the lay of the terrain here for some wheat fields, potato fields, carrot fields, beetroot, melons, some pumpkins, having some cows, chickens, pigs, all kinds of sorts. Like this side's going to be more dedicated to the farming district of this village, and over that side is going to be for fishermen, armorers, toolsmiths, because that's where our mining outpost is over there. Oh, a squid took its own lane. Well, ink sacks for me. So I wanna build a bridge going from there to here somewhere, and I think it's gonna line up to about right here, to be honest with you. I don't want to like go right on the waters per se. I want to be up a couple of blocks. So maybe on 3 blocks up over there, and then it kind of comes down over to this level right here. Because yeah, eventually going to end up, fixing the slope of this, actually making the river look really pretty, getting rid of that house, those 2 houses, that, this whole village is going to like come down, and we're going to make it our own, especially for how in last episode we got Larry's cousin's house set up over here. Larry didn't like it, so we put his cousin up there, and how did a nitwit get all the way up there? I don't know, but yeah, I still got another villager over there in the boat, and I've been trying to figure out some plans of what's going to actually really happen with the cliffside. Did do a little bit of work in a creative testing world, so we'll see how that goes. But I want to get some resources gathered up. I'm thinking along the lines of spruce wood to actually build the bridge. I think it's going to look good with some spruce, maybe some cobbled deep slate, and you guys are really loud. Threw down the sweet berries here, emptied out this chest, did some kind of, sorting or whatever, nothing too major. But, yeah, let me, ooh, look, our mangrove is really growing. So yeah, oh, another thing that I got, want to update you guys on is, behind scenes, I set up a little fishing dock kind of a thing, just to kind of, get into the vibe of just doing some fishing and everything, which, set up an anvil over here, because I spent quite a bit of good time actually, taking out the iron golems that are spawning around our little temporary villager breeder over there. And so I did some fishing. This is really only the cool stuff that I came across when I was fishing. I mean, yeah, basically some trash, tripwire hooks, leather booties, some lily pads, that's cool. I came across this Power 4 bow, some Nautilus shells, name tag, and 2 saddles. This is all the fish that I had caught, and if we look into statistics here, and I show you that, yeah, I used the fishing rod 192 times, I crafted 3, and I broken 2. So that's pretty insane if you ask me. So yeah, so on our 3rd fishing pole here, and was kind of hoping to get better fishing poles, which actually one of the fishing poles I came across on the adventure that we did over on the live stream, I came across a lore 2 fishing pole, but I sadly lost it because I died. Another thing that I did behind scenes was I actually did some strip mining. I uncovered a set of diamonds there and also there. Went out, oh yeah, I found some diamonds over here. I started digging out some of this tuff, and I came across quite a bit of gravel. I just set up a little bit of some shelf storage here, so I got quite a bit of deep slate here. Got quite a bit of gravel, quite a few pieces of flint. This is all the tuff that I've gotten so far. But the pride and joy is actually in this chest here. Is came across quite a bit of redstone and some diamonds, which eventually going to get enchantment set up, but that'll be a little bit down the road before I actually start harvesting up the diamonds here, so I can get some Fortune 3. But I'm also thinking that if we get some armorers and toolsmiths set up, we don't really need to worry about doing the enchantment grind right off the bat, because if we can actually get those guys going, then we don't have to worry about wasting the diamonds ourselves to craft the armor and the tools once we get toolsmiths leveled up and everything. So I was actually thinking that around this outpost here for our mine entrance, that eventually we'll dig this out to be a 2-wide staircase, or maybe just a 1-wide staircase for us to go up and down, and then have a mine cart that, as we can just dump a bunch of resources into a mine cart, send it up here, and we'll just run along the side of it, because then we could fill up our inventory with stuff and the mine cart chest, so we don't have to make multiple trips going up and down the mine shaft. But eventually kind of setting up maybe a bit of an outpost kind of within the cave system here, that we could have it, set up for our toolsmiths and armorers, and also setting up a couple of huts along here for the purpose of making it look, making it look pretty and everything. So I think with keeping on theme with some other things, I'm going to end up actually using jungle wood instead of spruce, because we do have jungle wood up in there, and the flooring and everything. And I think that actually the jungle wood planks, which if I happen, yeah, like if you Like, I don't know, I like the color of that, and it goes good with actually the tone of the deep slate, which I think is actually going to make our bridge look really good. And I'm thinking that kind of down the road, maybe we can detail the bridge a little bit better with some like campfire blocks going down the middle once we actually do start getting some fishermen villagers in here and start building up some huts for them and everything, and kind of entrapping them like we did with Terry up there, Larry's cousin. So let me get a little workstation set up over here and we'll start working on our bridge. And jeez guys, you are just so loud today. It is not okay. Alright, so I'm thinking the bridge is going to be... It's going to be 3 wide, so if we get some jungle slabs here... I'm going to do it 3 wide. And if we do a little bit of accenting here with some upside down stairs... Bring this back down to that top half slab, bottom half slab there. Then if we place that as a temporary block and go like so. Now, I don't think it's going to be a very fancy bridge. I think it's just going to go like straight across and then just slope down. It's not going to have like an arc to it or anything. It's just something to get us by, to get us over there. So let's get this stretched across the river right here. It's not an ocean, it's just a river. Get your words straight. Speaking's difficult this early in the morning. All right, let's take a step back here and see how this is looking. I also want to keep in mind with that, want to be able to travel underneath the bridge, because we're going to end up, expanding the river straight out towards that way. So I want to be able to drive a boat under it, and we'll have supports, coming down on either side of the river bank, or maybe even just one right in the center. But I think that will do, because like I said, it's like nothing too fancy. We can come back and we can work on it later on. So let's just I'll get this set up to be 3 wide, and then we'll start working with deep slate blocks, and I'll bring you back once ready to start working with the accenting of the deep slate. Alright, I got the bridge stretched across the river here, so I'm going to keep the bridge 3 wide, and the other thing too is that this is the bottom slab for the very top of our bridge, so we don't really need to worry about the lighting, and mobs aren't going to spawn on top of this. And I just carried the slope down, just gradual. Don't know if this side's going to change, maybe coming out to like a platform instead and then coming off either side. I'm not sure. It's going to end up changing the terrain around just a little bit, but just kind of smoothed it out a little bit with some stairs just to kind of break it up so it wasn't just that jagged, just like this, and then keep going down with the slab aspect. So it's a smooth gradual slope. So now let's start getting some of our deep slate here organized, because we did grab quite a bit from down in our mine shaft. I was thinking along the lines of the getting some of the bricks here, setting up a little pillar right here. Gonna at least bring it down 1, because I don't know if I will end up changing the terrain down this way a little bit, like making the river come more up to be underneath this bridge and fixing the land this way so the river actually comes back a little bit. So just thinking ahead here. And then if we go something like this, and then if we take some brick stairs, if we grab some walls, we'll kind of look at the difference here. Maybe we want to do the walls instead of stairs. Does that kind of break it up better? Do I like the walls? Do I like the stairs? Or could we do stairs and then the walls? They're not connecting to it has to be a full block, doesn't it? It does in order for it to connect. So what if we did this look instead? Or is it gonna look too blocky going straight across like so? Does break it up a bit, and it hides the underneath, so don't really gotta worry too much about the underneath, except for when we do go under with the boat. Get rid of this pathway block right here, because it's throwing off my thinking process here. What if instead of doing brick all the way along, what if I did tiles instead of the brick? It does break it up a bit. And if we do this and turn the rest of that into the brick, and what if we did this to kind of break it up? Or is that kind of clashing a little bit too much? Or does it like actually blend in together? Let's take a look at the up here. I like the tile brick for the walls to go along underneath it. And again, there's going to be either I think we're going to do a support right in the middle. It's going to like come over, curve down, come back up, and curve out that way. What if we did what if we just did, instead of this here, we did regular cobbled deep slate. We just make up a couple of these stairs. Does that clash with it, or does it blend a little bit better? It doesn't really clash. What if I to try to blend that little harsh curve right there, what if I took a couple of these, did up some slabs, and what if going along, well, am I still gonna, well, I don't know if I want to, no, that's not gonna work if we run the slabs all the way under. It's like, I want to keep it a flat bridge. So does this help, or does it not help? What if we went back with the bricks? We did that, and we did that. And then if we were to, what if we set up some cobbled deep slate behind it just to accent it? I think this is going to work. I think we've been doing some cobbled deep slate behind it will help break it up and accent it for a bit. I'm liking it so far. Let's take a look up here. It does help break it up from the regular seeing of the brick here, but then carrying it across the rest of the way, we could actually cause it to slope up from off either end, so we can still travel under it. Yeah, if we get the cobble deep slate to slope up with the rest of this kind of in the middle to make it look like that there is the curve, and also there is going to be a pillar in the maybe we won't do a support in the middle. We'll see how it looks after I get some blocks laid out. So, because we may not do the pillar in the middle. We may leave it without a pillar in the middle because either side looks like it's supported enough. But if it looks weak in the middle, then we can go about of adding the support in the center with the curving going down and then the curving coming up and over that way. All right, let me work on some things here and see how this turns out. Okay, so I got to thinking, you know, I got the blocks placed in, coming off here, sloping. I got the rail going across here. Closed off the cobble deep slate underneath to kind of break it up for the support on either side. And I actually really am thinking that we are going to need, oh, maybe looking back from back here. What if I just got rid of this section right here? See if opening this little bit up is actually going to help us view the bridge a little bit better to really determine if I do need to actually put a support in the center, because I'm kind of going back and forth on it a little bit. I don't think we're going to. If we make the cobbled deep slate underneath slope up a little bit more and actually run the cobble deep slate slabs along the entire bottom, I think it'll actually look like it's being supported from either side of the riverbank. I think that's going to help it. That's going to help it quite a bit. And changing out this to stairs. So if I remove these 3 blocks here, if I put in stairs, do I still got? Nah, I got to make some slabs. So let's make some cobble deep slate slabs here. Turn all of these into slabs. And if I just run this along, we'll go out just a little bit and maybe throw in a slab there. If we do another set of stairs there, so get rid of that sharp edge right there, I think it'll make it all come together. And by running the slabs underneath, it's actually going to, it's going to help make it look more supportive. I thought I saw a dirt block floating right here. I guess I didn't, unless I just picked it up. Or it was the tail of the salmon. So yeah, let's get away with these slabs. If we do that, is that just too much of a change? Like if we come back, I mean, it is looking better. I am liking the added of the slab going down underneath there. I'm liking it. If we got rid of this grass right around in the front of it, maybe if we actually dug this back just a little bit, because the blocks of the dirt and the grass is kind of throwing me off here for a bit. And if we do that, turn 16 of these into the bricks, and then if I just go down like that. All right, let's pull back and take another look. Oh yeah, that is helping quite a bit. And having the cobble deep slate slabs run across the bottom is going to help it look more supportive. And then eventually, and then in a minute here, we're going to get on top of the bridge and work on the railing and have some lights set up in there. I'm wondering if we were to take out, well, because that slopes pretty, with how the terrain is over on this side, it does slope more than over here. And I do want to run these along the entirety of the top. And by having that full block there, so if we just did a slab there instead, is it going to cause, no, it'll keep it a smooth finish. And what if through the slab there, it is helping it. All right, let me get this stretched across underneath and get that side fixed up to match this section that I got going on right here. And then we're going to take another look at it, and then we'll start working on the top. All right, so I think I got it done. It's looking good. The curve coming up. This side was a little bit more tricky because over there it actually does come down more gradually because of the slope of the stairs. Versus here where the terrain's going to be like at this level here. And took out the terrain a little bit around here. I did run all of the walls and the cobbled slabs going up underneath here. So once we do, travel under here by boat, we will get this looking pretty good. I did notice that I did miss a block right here. My shovel did break, so I'm a little upset over that, but nothing like I can just easily make a new one. But yeah, so we got that going. Now it's the factor of we gotta do some railings, and I'm trying to think of something to do for railings. See, that looks good. I don't need no support because coming around the bend here. No, it looks good. We don't need to do a support in the middle. And also with the railings, it's going to help pull away from the bottom of it anyway. Should be looking more along the top once we're traveling along the river right here. So I'm thinking jungle fences, and I'm wondering if I have any if I got any jungle fences up here by Terry's house. So let me just go check. I only have a couple of jungle fences, but I do got more jungle wood up here, so I will be taking some of that. I don't know if the jungle fences is gonna, it's gonna blend too much in with here. But I was thinking like 4 blocks wide, and then with some pillars like these blocks here, the chiseled deep slate. And then if we get on top of here and if we ran some of the the trapdoors, not fence gates, trapdoors along the top. So how's that looking from afar? I think once we get an iron farm set up, which I'm thinking it's actually going to go over on that side. It's probably going to go somewhere over there by the mining district, so it'll make sense. I'm just a little bit worried that the jungle fences and the trapdoors, it does break break it up. I like it. I do like the chiseled blocks there. We have just about almost every deep slate variant in here. Let me run it along the top of the bridge here and we'll see if we like it or not. I might also have to change the dimensions because I don't really know how long this bridge is. So we might have to actually play around a little bit with the gaps between the pillar blocks here and the fences. So let me get some blocks placed and I'll be back with you in a minute. We're gonna check this out and see if we actually like the looks of it, or maybe we're gonna change something. Not sure yet. Let's get it figured out. Did run out of jungle wood here for a second, so I did have to actually go over and harvest up the one tree that we had, and I only got 3 saplings back from it. I was hoping to actually get at least 4 back, but sadly not. If you guys are liking the video, make sure to leave a like. If you aren't subscribed, please do subscribe. I did notice that we did hit 50 subscribers, so thank you guys very much for the support. Greatly do appreciate it. The likes do help as well, knowing that this series is enjoyed by all and every who do view it. If you have any suggestions, comments, concerns, anything to do with this series, or even anything at all, ideas along the lines of other builds, some stories, some lore, or anything, whatever, please put them down in the comments. It's greatly appreciated. And the bridge is done. I'm liking. I thought that this would be too much jungle wood. Eventually, if we do get an iron farm set up like in due time, I'm not sure exactly when thinking of doing that, but probably we'll actually trade out the fences for the hanging signs, because it does take up quite a bit of iron and it does use a lot of wood, because you got to do 6 stripped logs and 2 iron chains to make a set of 6. So that'll only get us 1.5 in between each pillar. And actually, luckily enough, I guessed the dimension of this bridge right, so we didn't have to really mess at all with the railing supports on this. It is 4 fences, a pillar, 4 fences, and then a pillar. So now we have easy access to over here to our farming district. So far, it's looking really good. Coming across the river here, just putting along as if, traveling by boat, going somewhere, transporting cargo or whatever, coming up underneath the bridge. We don't hit our head. It is looking good. Once we do get the river beautified up a bit with some terraforming and everything, even the underneath of this bridge looks pretty good. Doesn't look too washed out with the dark tones in here, but yeah, it's actually turning out pretty good. We got an easy way now to travel ourselves, so that's pretty cool. What I want to do next is I actually want to get a field set up over in our farming district to slowly get rid of that ugly mess of a wheat, potato, carrot, and beetroot field that we got going on. So what I'm going to do is harvest up some mangrove leaves, set out a little area for a wheat field, and we're going to get that set up. All right, we harvested quite a bit of leaves. We also did get quite a bit of roots. Not so much of the wood though. I think what we're going to do actually is either going to waterlog the roots for hydrating the fields, or throwing the moss carpet over it to prevent spawning. Shh, guys, seriously, you are just too loud. And yeah, eventually we're going to get a cow barn set up over on this side, and then we're going to have a cow crush on the inside, so it's just easier to harvest. And I'm thinking with the natural slope of here, we're going to set up wheat field. It's going to be a good old wheat field coming down this hill right here, and clear some of this right here and start laying out the leaves, and we'll start planting in the wheat. So yeah, see about do a little bit of a time lapse. Yeah. Alright, we are now just about done planting in our new wheat field here. It's going to look so good once the wheat is all fully grown in. I ended up doing the moss carpets, but I did run out of them, so I'm going to have to farm up some more. But I was also getting sick and tired of running back to this little ugly well, so I figured that actually kind of like right next to our farm, we're going to do a little makeshift well by doing something like these. And then that, and let's see here. Gonna put those two there, and actually, could we curve this all the way around? And then if, oh, hello. Yeah. Alright, so we got ourselves a little makeshift well right here, right next to our farm. Just dark oak stairs, some oak fences, and the deep slate brick walls and stairs all turned in, waterlogged them to make this little makeshift well here. So what do you got for us today? You got some moss and some sea pickles. Let me see if I can actually get some sea pickles from this guy. Get as many as I can. We'll get some more coral blocks. I did come across the coral reef, so that is pretty cool, and I'm gonna get as much as that as I can. But yeah, it's slowly growing. It's getting there. This is purely for decoration, so nothing. I'm not going to be harvesting that, and I am going to do some work around the terrain here, just to get it to be a little bit more sloped up and looking pretty and being more smooth and everything. As far as lighting on top of the bridge here, I'm not entirely sure just yet. I know on the posts out here going to do some lanterns eventually once we do get a reasonable amount of iron from an iron farm. But sadly, I have run out of time for today's episode. We did quite a bit. We got a bridge going. It looks pretty nice. We did get our very first wheat field going, which in the background there, it is looking very nice. We did a little bonus thing there with the well, and if we just run on over here, as we come across into the farming district, that does be looking very nice. I do like the looks of it as, you know, running along. Here we go. We're greeted with a big wheat field right there. And again, we're going to do some landscaping eventually. I don't know if I'm going to do stuff like that, like more so the landscaping on live stream over on Twitch. I know I did quite a bit of exploring. I wanted to do some other things too. I wanted to work on in the mine shaft a bit and do some extra fishing just to see if I could get some cool stuff. But that never really worked out because I died and was trying to get all my stuff back. And oh yeah, it was just a good time. It was really fun. But yeah, if you guys liked it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and if you want to see more content, let me know down in the comments below. Just anything, something, whatever you want to do. Anyway, have a good day.